it's Tree. It's 2 o'clock. And look who I brought. Yes, it's Mr. Scully. He says, enter if you dare. Welcome, guys. Let me get my iPad going before I have a few of you join. Cool. Hi, Dolly. I just brought Mr. Scully. Oh, I forgot to put my phone on focus, so hopefully I won't get too many disturbing texts or phone calls or interruptions. Oops. How's everybody doing? Hi, Jamie. Hello. Mr. Scully says hi too. Put him on a frame. And I've never done a frame before, so that was interesting. Didn't want to go on a live if I didn't know how to do it. So, but yeah, I think it turned out really, really cute. Besides, Mr. Scully. Spooky cute. Thanks, Jamie. Hi, Emily. Hi, Debbie. Just wanted to show off this, and then of course my Hocus Pocus witch wreath that I did last week on a live. So again, I'm gonna go put him down over here, hang him on a door knob. Hello. You're kind of far away. The reason why is we're going to be doing a ragbow wreath, which I've already gotten the actual base done, but I need to attach the ragbow, and we're going to attach a couple of pumpkins. This particular pumpkin is in my shop, so if you guys like this and choose to purchase this, know that it has a different top on it than this one. And I don't think I kept the top. I just wanted the actual pumpkin tops to match. But again, hi, Diane. Is it Jonelle? The base alone is pretty. Thanks. Thanks. It's jute mesh. I like using some jute mesh. Majority of jute mesh in my wreaths. But it's, I mean, anybody can use whatever they want. But anyway, if you choose this, it has the normal larger size stump on it. Or stem. Stem. So just know that ahead of time. And don't look at what I just did. But again, I wanted it to match. I'll keep this. Okay. Well, again, come on in. I'm Tree with ShowStopper Designs. You see the sign above me. And gonna do a pumpkin, dual pumpkin ragbow wreath. So I've done it before, but again, I don't think I've done it on a live. Grab all the ribbon that I'm gonna put in here. This ribbon I had in my shop. I've sold out of it, and the manufacturer does not have any more. If they did, I would have it in my shop. Then this is a navy blue 2.5 inch velvet. I do have in my shop. So if you guys like this or need this, then again, I do have the actual 2.5 inch velvet, and it is a fair silk. But then all these are secondary ribbons, and I don't sell secondary ribbons, but I can tell you I pretty much got them at the Wreath Shop or Craft Outlet. would probably, or Trendy Tree would probably be the 3 places I would have gotten these, because they're all used. So I've had them a while. So hello, 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 hello. Thank you for coming in and watching. I just have a notification on my phone, but it's so far away I can't make it go away. So I'm just gonna leave it. So hopefully everything is, oh, you sprinkled, thanks Debbie, appreciate it. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead, you know what? Not gonna do it yet, but I want to make for sure that these get placed in the wreath, just so, again, you're gonna put dowels in them because they're both styrofoam. So it'll be fun and interesting. I already have all, majority of all, my picks that I cluster together, because if you've watched my lives before, I actually like to cluster my sprays together. And I will point out if I have them in my shop. I'll show you. But what I'm going to do is I've actually taken 2 of the pipe cleaners, and this is a Ragbow from Gubba and Dangy. And again, it's Gubba and Dangy. She's on Facebook, and I believe she's on Etsy as well. And she gives us, or provides in her Ragbows, a kind of a little loop where you can attach them. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just attaching it to the evergreen base under here. Trying to find another evergreen swag, or not swag, branch, I guess, and tie that in real secure. Then I actually took a zip tie, and I'm gonna zip tie the rest of it, if I can find the zip tie. I'm only 5'6", so, you know, I can't really, not super tall, and my arms aren't super long. But get that zip tie. It's a long zip tie, so I prefer using longer zip ties than shorter zip ties. And so I'm just gonna zip tie it to the frame, flip it over so it's not too far in, straighten it up before I really tighten it. And I'll show you, I mean, these Ragbows are thick Ragbows. She did such a great job at this one. I've had it a while, so I'm so always grateful to her in getting me wonderful Ragbows. So again, it's Gubba and Dangy with the Ragbows, and Susan is great. Okay, so see, I've attached that. I'm gonna clip that little zip tie there. Clip that in, because again, I secured it in 2 different places. So one huge part of the wreath is done right there. It's a huge part of the wreath, but again, we have some great items to put in here. And I didn't tell y'all this, but the wreath base, I'll flip it over again. The wreath base is a 20-inch round dual ring, but it's 20-inch and it's evergreen, faux pine, evergreen. It's in my shop. So if y'all are looking for a 20-inch or prefer a smaller ring or resize to the 24-inch, my favorite is 18. I just love an 18-inch wreath. Stuck to me. An 18-inch wreath, but I can't find them. So I am using the 20-inch that's in my shop. So, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, now the next focal point is going to be these huge pumpkins. So, we're going to put them in an angle. And I'd like to actually put them on top of one another, but not completely on top of one another, if that makes any sense. But Also what I did, because if I can't do 2, then I'll do 1. But I think I can do 2. Because this is a good sized wreath base. Trying to get the actual base open enough to where I can push this in and then possibly have this going on top, or vice versa. Like it's actually, but I don't know. I think it's only gonna be this one. I think it's that big that is only gonna be the blue and not the orange. Because I have other orange ones that I can put in here, but I think it's gonna be so big that I'm gonna have to use this in another one. Okay, if I come back, I'll set it right here, but I think I'm gonna use this blue one and then have some smaller orange ones throughout. Anybody have any questions? Anybody new watching me? We're going to love Tree and her, oh, well thanks. Thanks, Diane, I appreciate it. Was somebody new? Oh, good, yay, okay. Laura, is it Laura? I don't want to mispronounce. But welcome, everybody else seems to have welcomed you and I just wasn't paying attention. Sorry. Hello, hi Barbara, how are you doing? Hi. Hi, Sherry. Oh, 31 people, yay. Okay, get back to my work, right? So what I'm gonna do, and again, I wanna present it in a way that it's at an angle. So when it's on somebody's door, it's not straight on and you see that dimension. But I really truly think this is gonna be it. I think it's going to be it with smaller pumpkins and ribbon. Do y'all agree? Let me scroll up. Good afternoon. The picture frame wreath you showed earlier, where did you find that frame? It was from Michael's. If I still had the actual tag, no. I usually keep the tag. I have a trash can right here, so I guess it went in the trash can. So I guess, but it was from Michael's, was where the frame came from. And it was an oval frame. I can measure it, but I don't know the exact size of it. So I know it's probably a 24-inch oval frame. So what I'm going to do is take some pipe cleaners and, oh no, one of my favorite tools is missing. We talked about it last time. It's just missing. I'll find something else, but what I'm going to do is actually poke some holes with some scissors. And I like to actually, again, have 3 places to where I can poke there's the other one, the actual pipe cleaners through. I'll do it there. Have my hot glue utensil working, and I just fold the actual pipe cleaners and poke them through just like so. Fold them, poke it through. Try not to burn myself. Who likes to burn themselves, you know? Not me. I think I did it on my thumb last weekend. It hurt so bad, still hurts, but I can't tell. So then I'm going to actually take one of these floral pins and push through and then twist and tie over it. So it just added security twist and tie, poke the floral pin in. So again, you don't want your focal point to come falling out, right? And then the last one, I need another one of the actual pipe cleaners. Poke it through the hole, and I'll show you what I did. Twist, and then I do have excess, I just pull it off. So 3 different areas, still of course hidden. And then I love that I added that stem, even though it's not going to match. I liked it better than the other stem that came with it. Hi Nancy, welcome. I'm going to try to find the frame underneath, pull it through, and bend it around. Yes. Thank you, Debbie. I do have a private group. It's a free private group with Crafty Karen Designs, and it's called Designer Stream. So if you guys are interested in joining that, it is free. A lot of people do enjoy the information, from tutorials to coupons to just, again, helpful information from other people that are in that are designers or wreathers or florists or clients. You know, if they're specifically looking for a particular item, you know, they definitely appreciate being in that group. But we do share live, so if you do go live, it gets shared in the group if you're a member. So we make for sure that, you know, people do know about your page, other members, so that's something else that people enjoy. Okay, so I've attached it in 3 locations. I can pull that rag bow to actually not stand in front of it, but I'll show you when I hold it up. They're touching, but they're not overlapping. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So again, you always want to make for sure that your items do that. Again, they come together. They don't necessarily overlap. Does that make sense? And again, this can be pushed down. I haven't added any glue yet to the actual pumpkin to sit it into the actual wreath per se. But any focal point, you're going to want to make for sure that you attach it well, that it doesn't just disappear. Goes too far in your wreath and doesn't sit too far out. But I could always add just a little bit more glue to the stem at a later point. But y'all notice how that actual pumpkin, so if I had it hanging on a door, it's not straight out, it's not flat. It has that 3-dimensional look to it. All right. So what's the next point? The next point would be the wreath that I actually use. Oh, I have a deco mesh that has come loose. Let me get that back in there and tie it. I see it come loose. There we go. Tighten it. That's okay. It just came loose. See? All better. Okay, so then I make my bows. They're the next thing that I do. And the actual rag bow has it in it. It has denim. So I did bring in some denim ribbon as well as, again, pumpkin ribbon. I don't have blue pumpkin ribbon, but I'm going to add orange pumpkins. It hasn't been added yet, but again, I'll add it. So it'll still be tied into this, if that makes any sense. All right. The questions went away, so if anybody has any questions. Hi, Franny. Okay, website to get to the group. I'm interested. Okay, thank you, Debbie. Appreciate it. There's the link right there. And again, it's called Designer's Dreams. We don't pressure anybody to do anything, but we just are more supportive of a group, you know. Again, we go live. We had a marathon in July, and we do have one. I know it's already August, and we do have one actually planned for August. And what was the marathon, you ask, right? Some of y'all know, and some of y'all are, again, new. And what we did, Crafty Karen and I, we went live for 3 straight days talking about and showing. Halloween was one day, and we did designs. She and I did back-to-back lives on Halloween one day, then the next day was fall, and then the third day was Christmas. And we are planning another one, and that'll be announced soon. But something else that in the group, if other designers, I mentioned this, but I didn't go all the way talking about it, but if you are looking for something and a ribbon for say, so let's say you're looking for this ribbon and somebody might have a roll, that is a question where I actually, Karen and I did a post saying, help a designer out, you know, if you're looking for something in particular and, you know, you're having to find a custom design ribbon, it's truly, it's in there. And I've had designers and makers and crafters so appreciative that they're able to find that information. Okay, so I do a hand bow. This particular bow, this end is 8 inches. So I always make for sure that it matches. It is, it's ready to go. I'm gonna pull it. Oh, I think I just accidentally pulled it. Measure it again. Yep, it's good now. So what I'm gonna do is actually loop it down, but I'm gonna grab some other ribbons along the way here. Is this? Maybe I grabbed the wrong ribbon. Okay, this is royal blue ribbon. Hold on just a second. I'm wanting navy ribbon because that is navy and I thought I grabbed navy. So hold on just a second. Oops. Hold that. Oops. I do have navy ribbon. I thought I grabbed it. Okay, I'm back. Okay, see the difference there in the blues? This is what I thought I had, and this was royal blue, and this is navy blue. It says navy blue. It says royal blue. I was in a hurry to get here and get going. Grabbed it thinking, wasn't the best light, obviously. Grabbed it thinking, oh yeah, that's navy. No, it wasn't. This is navy. All right. Glad I have my ribbons, right? No, I'm totally kidding. Okay, so back to where I was. Holding this, making sure it's that 8 inch again. Have it where I need it. Twisting it, again, holding that ribbon in place. And this is going to be a tough one. When are you going to do another live sale? Barbara, when would you like for me to? Because I could do it this week. If y'all need stuff, I've got stuff and I have stuff coming. this week. You see all the ribbon behind me? I just listed a lot of it the other day because it came in this weekend. How many people? I did not. I don't know. How many had notifications for this live? I did send out an invite. I don't do notifications per se, like in a text. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it, and the text notifications are getting costly, just FYI, on the actual sender, not the receiver. So you have to be, kind of have to be in the know when sending out texts, because there's fees and charges that actually goes with all these. Okay, so I'm pulling that secondary ribbon and I'm doing a smaller loop. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm doing a smaller loop than the 8-inch. So I'd say it's probably 6 or 7 inches. I'm going to turn it all the way, make sure that it's actually even and equal. I dropped mine to the floor. I will have to go back and grab it off the floor, but I do have it pinched here. And I'm going to put a total of 5 ribbons in here. The next one is the pumpkin. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut off enough that I'm actually going to do it the opposite direction, where the pumpkins are not turned upside down. Does that make sense what I'm saying? See how the pumpkins are not turned upside down? They're right side up. Make sense? Did that make sense? Not that it would have bothered anybody that the pumpkins were upside down. And maybe it had bothered me. I guess it obviously would have bothered me. So I cut enough that I was able to turn the ribbon around and use it to my advantage. And again, enough that I'm going to actually have it kind of water falling down. I call them bumps, but water falling down. Does that make sense what I did? So again, the pumpkins, you read the pumpkins are not upside down, because that's how it came on the roll of ribbon. Make sense? I hope it makes sense. Maybe a customer will appreciate it, right? All right. Then the final ribbon, it's a 1.5 inch, and it actually is going to match that ribbon. Obviously, I had a little extra there. Had a little extra there. I know where it came from. It came from Easter. So I wanted to reuse it for fall. Okay, all of these strips were left over from an Easter design. That's usually when I use my orange, is Easter and fall. Maybe sometimes during the summer, but mainly in the Easter, springtime. Yes, it does. Would it drive me crazy? I know, it would have, wouldn't it? Me too, me too. And I don't take my top ribbon down all the way, so I knew it was going to be just fine. Because again, it's just an accent. Make sure it's turned all the way around. One loop is a little taller than the other. Pull it down a little bit. glue on my finger. All right. So I could fluff ribbon for days. So use brown, zip tie. I have mentioned that a zip tie is now my favorite way to secure a bow or ribbon, secure ribbon in a bow. Hopefully this works just fine. Comments are disappearing. I loved when the one directional is going the right direction. Amen. Amen. Oh goodness, maybe I tightened it too tight. So true, so true, so true. Maybe I can get it in there. I can, yay. Was able to get it in there. Didn't have it too tight. All right, what I did was zip tied it, then added another zip tie so I can attach it to the wreath base. Clip off that zip tie. With the wired ribbon, I can go back and actually fluff the ribbon in the bow. It's never an issue or a problem to do that. Okay, so where am I gonna put this? I can put this at the very top. You know what? I like this side. You know what? No, I like this side. I have to pull the ribbon up a little bit. You know what? Sorry, I'm gonna have to turn it to where I can see it. But I actually am locating it correctly. We're gonna have to turn it around so I can see it. And then I'll flip it around. I promise. Get it in here. Get it back behind this pumpkin. Get it on the frame so it'll hug it really well. Add an angle. Grab my zip tie. I have it between the frame, and I'll show you. Oh no, I lost the zip ties. Ah. Okay. Let's put it down. Arms aren't long enough. So again, push down your pumpkin, you have your ribbon. Because when your pumpkin is showing, all of this is sticking to the deco mesh. And your bow will hug and sit right up against that pumpkin. And I'll show you what I just did. So see how it's sitting up against that pumpkin? Not really. There you go. See how it's sitting up against that pumpkin? Now the streamers that are gonna come down, but see how you see that ribbon right there? And then you still see the pumpkin. All right, the streamers are gonna come down the side. Lay it down. Then I have the blues. So glad I noticed that that was a navy, not a navy blue, and that I got navy blue in it. Makes so much more sense. Yes, it does. It makes so much more sense. Even though it's a deep blue and that royal blue, the navy blue just makes it pop. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm actually taking the ribbon and what I call a bump. bringing it down. Pumpkins in the center, blues, pinch it right at one of the pumpkin on the ribbon, and then add it to the wreath right here. Show you, let me get it fastened. Pop it out. You could cut it real quick and show y'all. Example, this we can definitely go back and fluff and perk up the ribbon and the bow, and I will clip that about right there, dovetail that later. Oh. Mesh. Twist it in again. So that right there. Then I'll dovetail these ends. See? So I can dovetail this. Oops, wrong way. Oops. There we go. There we go. So you see the pumpkins. And then of course we'll have these tails coming forward because we have our embellishments to put in. Makes sense? Of course my comments keep disappearing. Can't beat black and her navy. That pop. Absolutely. Totally agree. Totally agree. I do. I love using navy in the fall. I just think it's so pretty. And against that pink, against that orange, it's so pretty. Okay. So I can add more ribbon. I will need to go get more ribbon because I think that was the end of this roll, but I do have more, so if I need more I can always go get more. But I'm going to put in some more on of the actual jute with the orange edge. There is an imperfection right there that I'm actually going to have to clip off. And I just believe what happened was they sewed it together, and it's fine because I'll probably end up dovetailing that area anyway, so I just don't think it was a big deal. But I think it ended at a great point there. Show off the navy and the denim or chambray here in the actual corner. You know what? I'm thinking doing something different now. So I'm like, nope, I like the other idea. Okay. Love this combination. Always go with your first instinct. That's what I should be telling myself. Go with your first instinct. Okay. Now, what I do like to do is I like to make a little fold in my ribbon. So it looks like it's a bow, but it's really not a bow. Not full bow. that makes any sense. And this way, I'm going to actually twist it this way because of where I am on this actual location. Put it in, tie it in, using those branches, bring it up. That's why I like using really, really nice, great wire ribbon. I have to drop that to the floor again. Over. I'm going to take it over as close to the pumpkin as I can on the actual wreath form with that bump. Then again, you're seeing that orange and navy and chambray colors. Okay, then I'm going to take it and tie it again towards the bottom. So I think that that location is going to be a great location for another small pumpkin. Orange, of course. And then I'll have it tied off down here. Bringing in a long trail or tail because we have that rag bow. And I'll show you what I did. Because my tail's a little longer, but again, we have this rag bow. Okay, makes complete sense to have that there. Of course, it's going to be a huge wreath. Huge. Huge, huge, huge. Hold it up again so I can see it from afar. The major delay. Wow. Major delay. Okay. Okay. There's a huge delay there. Hi there, beautiful wreath. Well, thank you, Rosemary. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to make a couple of tails in the corner. In the corner behind this actual bow. It's 18-inch. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail it. Back in here. Because I can always add more secondary ribbon. But with that being a fairy silk ribbon, it really does stay in place. Oh no, I have a whole nother, woohoo! I cut it. Hello, where have I been, right? I've been designing. Awesome, found it. Okay, so what makes that pop more? I'm gonna go with the navy. Get it to the point where it has that pumpkin so you can see it. And we're going to do a little loop. With that pumpkin, I'm going to place it right in here, the top. Now they're just a single loop. I do this, if you've seen me do a Christmas tree design. I do single loops as well. If any of y'all caught that Halloween tree I made, that video, or reel, that's the other word people are using. I did a Halloween tree. If y'all caught that, that was from last year. So I'm gonna do another Halloween tree. Or would y'all like to see it? I don't have to do it on a live, I guess. But added these ribbons back here in that little loop right there. Much better. Okay, yeah, added those. I'm gonna add some over to the side and in the corner and then back over here. So in 3 different areas, I'm gonna add more ribbon. Would y'all like to see me do a tree? I don't know if that would be something that people want to necessarily watch. They just like to see a decorated tree, not necessarily how is it decorated. Let me know. Let me know what you think. What size is a wreath? It's a 20-inch wreath base. My first time watching. Is it Nadia? Did I say that one right? Welcome. Doing a fall ragbow wreath. Fall ragbow wreath. And the ragbow down here is from Gubba and Dangy. She is on, Susan is on Facebook and she's on Etsy as well. Okay, I'm gonna continue with the ribbon. I'll add some secondary ribbon in here as well. I liked how that one came out. I don't think necessarily do I need a ton of it. Yes to the tree. Okay, Dolly. Thank you. Cheryl, yes. Hi, Sue. How are you doing? Put this right here. Again, pumpkins are facing the correct direction. Have another area right back in here. That will be placing embellishments and ribbon. Okay. Again, 18-inch dovetail. I do have scissors that are specifically for my ribbons. Nobody uses it for paper, or I try not to use it for paper. I don't think I ever have used it for paper. I don't think so. I think I know that those are my anything. I do have extra pairs for paper or for deco mesh or for other items. All right. Then I can tie in some of these secondary ribbons throughout. With the chambray. And I just fold it under, pull it together. And again, adding some more color to this. Back. Nope, I know where I'm gonna put this. Right here, right down here. Secure it really well. I'll come back and dovetail it. All right. Enough ribbon on this side. Do the ribbon on this side, and then we're done with ribbon, unless I see a specific area that needs to be added. For the most part, I think it's good. Hug it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Maybe. Grab my navy and some pumpkins here. So that ribbon. And again, I need to have it going the opposite direction because again, we're on this side, right? Yes. So I think it's going to be good that I cut it about right there. Again, making sure that the pumpkins are going the right direction. Directional ribbon. Love it or hate it? What do y'all think? I love it. It just, you have to know, you know, from experience, you kind of have to know how to use it. Right? Hi, Christy. How are you? Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate it. Appreciate the sprinkles. So I cut just a little bit too much, but that's okay. Rather be safe than sorry. So I'm gonna cut it there. Cut it there. I have a whole nother roll of that pumpkin ribbon, so we are good. So we probably did 2, 4, 7. Another area, flip it around. Again, pinch. There we go. You know what? Do it opposite. Oh, got it right. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Thought I had the wrong side, I had the right side. All right. Push this in here, tie it off really good. And again, the pumpkins are facing the right direction. And this ribbon coming down. And I'll dovetail it, of course. There's deco mesh, frag bow. All right, enough ribbon. But there's the actual ribbon in the wreath. Now, the fourth part, right? The base, then we have the focal points, then the ribbon, now the embellishments. Almost an hour, not too bad, not too bad. Glue gun's ready to go. And I'm gonna dovetail as I go around. But I do have items that are in my shop that I'm using. Shocker, right? No, don't be shocked. Actually, I'm gonna add some more ribbon. I found a spot where I could add more ribbon. And I'm going to do actually a loop and a loop because the actual ribbon's long enough to do that. The leftover ribbon from Easter. I'm going to actually stick it right back here. In this location. I feel that there's just a space right here that this could go. And it not look like a huge hole is there. Let's do it this way. Makes sense. I do it this way. I do have some focal points I need to put in here. Okay, so some items that I'm actually using from my shop are these navy berries I have in my shop. They're actually tied in with some leaves I've actually kind of put together without the glue string, but I just kind of clipped them together in a cluster. Have that, and then I actually broke one of these apart, and it is a Raz pumpkin spray with a pine cone and leaves and berries. This is in my shop as well, and I've actually broken this apart and placed it together and grouped it in a cluster of some eucalyptus, some fall leaves. So that, and I have plenty of those. I have a lot of those. If I don't use them up, then definitely I do have them in my shop. And then this right here, I'm gonna actually use the hydrangea and the white daisies, not the yellow sunflowers, not this time, but I'll keep them for another design. But the actual hydrangeas I'm going to use. And then I have some navy peonies. I believe that's what this was. I've obviously clipped them from their bloom, but I believe that's what this was. And I have some of those left over. But I just have a ton of clusters ready to go. But this is in my shop, and I believe this is 40% off right now. This one is 40% off. The other things, the berries are not, I don't think. And I know that the pumpkin one's not, but if you were in the designer's dream group, you'd have a coupon code for the things that aren't on sale. So just think about it. No pressure. I don't pressure sale. I just notify. Inform, supply. I hear I'm a supplier. Better than a dealer, but I guess I'm a supplier of ribbon. I do that. Looks gorgeous. Thank you, Christy. So appreciate it, girl. So appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Put this back. But we're gonna get started. Since I've clustered so much together and so many colors, I actually like to start with my longer pieces towards the bottom. This one's actually longer. I just feel like they're gonna go better and look and elongate the design. So start with actually just putting these in here, and I do bend them as I put them in the design for fun and for function. I'm gonna have 3 of these hydrangeas, so they will go in. I will put some eucalyptus around it because, again, contrasting that eucalyptus. I know I've had it in my shop, but I might have one still in my shop. It's been popular, or I might be sold out. But that was something, again, I'm really not sold out because I still have one in my hand. So hopefully that's the one that still shows in my shop. So the eucalyptus, the orange, it's so bright. It's as bright as the pumpkins. I'm going to place one of these down in here, contrast it against that navy ribbon, and make that denim ribbon pop. So I'm going to add a few more and then I'll show you what I did. So again, just some greenery and some, I'll probably add some pine cones here in a second from that spray to bring out that tan. And even in the actual pumpkin ribbon, the stem is brown. So even like I did here, that was the whole point in making it brown, bringing that out a little bit. Hopefully that made sense. But see, I'm going to add that pumpkin right there. So hold it up and show you. So again, you have it hanging down a little bit, not straight out, kind of hanging down. And I'll add some greenery, but that pumpkin's going to go right there. I think it's a great little option to put there. And I'll also put some greenery, some sprays. Need to dovetail those ribbons. Put that back in here. Need more glue. But again, as I added these clusters, again, it's really something that I like to mix sprays because it looks unique. Looks unique to your design. It's not the same spray as what other people are using. Whether you got it at a national chain or from a retailer online, it's just good to always add clusters together versus just clipping it and putting it in. That's my opinion. Okay. Do y'all agree? Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you, Sue. Okay, I'm going to do the actual pumpkin as I go around. Hopefully it'll stay. Bend that in a little bit. Might have to hold it down. Add some to the actual pumpkin. There. Twist it. I like to twist mine because it just makes sense to twist it. I could leave that there. Add some greenery back in here, add more greenery as I go around, add greenery there, contrasting greenery at that. You don't want the same color. I wouldn't want orange touching it right now. Mainly just another feature. If that makes any sense. So how it's coming together there? See how it's coming together? Okay. And I'll add some more focal points, some more spray, clusters. Just gluing things in right now. I'm going to hold that in, hopefully. Very often make, yes, I mean, I really do, Michelle. I love the fact that, you know, I have a pick machine and that you're able to actually make your own sprays and picks and things like that. Let me go back down here and dovetail these. Forgot to dovetail. And of course the rag bow. It's so much to do, such little time, right? So much to do. Do like that. Come back and do a little bit taller, closer to that. Just love this jeweled edge. And I'm so glad that Silk did bring out an orange. I just think if you didn't use it for Easter, you have it for fall. And I just think it looks so great with that jeweled edge. So many things to fill. Have so many things to fill. Let me get to this dovetail and we'll move on to the other part of the wreath. Do y'all prefer dovetailing or folding your ribbon for those designers that are watching? I like both, actually. It depends on the actual feature that I'm trying to show. But there's sometimes I prefer folding versus dovetailing. I just think it makes sense when you're needing to fold. Sorry, my comments keep disappearing. My goodness, what is going on? Algorithm, come on. How many of you say dovetail, fishtail? I've never heard ducktail. Like duck, like a quacking duck. I've never heard that. I've heard dovetail, I've heard of a fishtail, and maybe because I don't say fish, because I don't live around water. Dallas isn't around water, so maybe that's why I don't say fish. Interesting. That could possibly be why, because I'm not around a lake or an ocean. We have man-made lakes here, but we don't have bodies of water such as oceans or Great Lakes or gulfs. No, just man-made lakes here. Just good old man-made lakes. Depends on the back of the ribbon. Ah, see, that's another one, Susan. Good point. Because I use so many ribbons that are double-sided that's a great point. Never thought of it like that, but that should show me that I actually use a lot of ribbon that are double-sided. There we go. Oh, nope, that didn't work. There we go. Better. There we go. Okay. Then I have the the blue hydrangea down there. I think I'm going to put the blue hydrangea up here and then another blue one down there because I told y'all I had 3. I think those are good locations for them. And again, add some of the orange. Eucalyptus. Good contrast. Still a part of the focal point. Use my pick machine. You don't have one, can seriously consider getting one. But if you don't, it's not a must. I love mine. I've had mine a while, actually. So, bring that in. Make sure that that bump and that ribbon is visible. We really don't see any holes. And add this in the back, along with another one since it's another focal point. And I'll hold it up and show you what I did. And I'm just taking these clusters, placing some hot glue on them, placing where I tied off that ribbon. So you still see the ribbon, but again, you have those embellishments. Not poking through, but you're, again, it's accenting. It's a great way to say it, accenting. So right there, in that corner, right there, just use those clusters. The hydrangeas sitting up really nicely. Other focal points that I can put in down in here are the darker florals. I can actually flank those florals down in here along with some berries as well. I have the navy berries I can't forget to use. I'll go ahead and place some right back in here, and I can go back and place some over there. I have 5, so for those of y'all that watch me, I do like working in odd numbers. I think it just makes a statement when you're able to work in odd numbers. But sometimes even numbers work just as nicely. I just have found that odd numbers work better for me. Again, take these clusters, and I usually on average put 3 or 4 of them together on a steel pick. So there's 3 or 4 in here that I'm able to kind of push through, get a good look, throw away that other old ribbon, add in another one here, because I have a single pine cone that I might be putting back here to fill in some space back here. And it did come on this spray, so it's a good size pine cone. This again is in my shop for those of y'all that are just on here, and it's a raz, so it's good quality fall. I do have some white. You can use this Queen Anne's lace, some green to help pop that out. And that Queen Anne's lace is from this bouquet where I got the hydrangeas, and that is in my shop as well. And it's 40% off. And I've got a lot of them. I can see them right over there. I've got a lot. Sold some last week. I think the client said that she was using them in a wedding. I was like, wow, that's fantastic. And she found me on Instagram. So those of y'all that didn't know, even though I'm on Facebook right now, I do have an Instagram page. And you're welcome to follow me there as well. Some people like Instagram, some people like Facebook, some people like both. You're welcome to join me and follow my page in both Facebook and Instagram. I'm on Pinterest as well. For those of y'all that didn't know that, I'm on Pinterest. Those are pretty much the only 3. It's a lot to keep up with anyway, are those 3. Let me do that. I'm gonna go a little deeper in my ducktail. Or fishtail or ducktail. I don't think I've ever heard of duck. That's hilarious. Heard of a ducktail. Never heard of a ducktail. But fun, fun, fun. Never know. Learn something new every day. Every day. Okay, on around we go. I'll hold that up. See how I did that? with the pine cone right here in that area. Spin it on around and with the bow, dovetail this ribbon. A little bit more. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to dovetail this right past that pumpkin. Oh, I could fluff ribbon all day in my designs. I just feel like, oh my gosh, another ribbon fluffing. There we go. Pull these off. Still have so much to add, but again, there we are so far. Pull it back down. Bring it on around. I do have a glue pot, which I will start using in the fall. In the winter, that thing gets hot. For whatever reason, it was incredibly hot the other day. I don't know if I did something wrong or what, but woo, maybe you don't have to have it that high. It was hot in this room. I was like, holy moly, it was hot. So SureBonder definitely has a hot glue pan for sure. Mercy, it was hot. Okay, bring it on around, adding some greenery there with the pumpkins. Dovetail this. Again, have the navy berries. Put those right in there. And the reason why I'm holding those up is, remember, I'm going to add this blue hydrangea. If I can get it out of this. Wrong scissors. Get this pulled. Of course, I have to get the one that's like tight. There we go. Whoops. Does have a zip tie on it. Get to that blue hydrangea. Can add these daisies if I need to. Put over to the side. Use this one. I know I have more than the one I just have showing. Add this. Pick on it. And glue. And then I'll look to see if I've missed any questions. I'm sure I haven't, but if I have, I will always try to go back and answer them. See how that, even though it's navy berries, it's a light blue hydrangea. So it contrasts a little bit. Bringing in the blues and the ribbon. A little bit of white. Let me dovetail these ribbons. it's a big one. It is a big wreath. Moly moly. I'll have to get a big box if this one gets shipped. Holy moly. And again, this is a 20-inch wreath base. So I can't imagine if I were to use a 24 anymore. It's crazy how this grows and grows and grows and grows. Okay, there we go. So let's see, hold it up a little closer. Ribbons. I have a place back over here that I could use this blue. Maybe not. Possibly. Over here. I'm just not digging it. I love what I have there. And add these to this corner, back in here, dovetail it a little bit, back by the rack bow, and then I think I'm going to be done. I do have one more after this. I'll put these here. That's what I wanted to put there. Got one more on the floor, and I can actually put it on the opposite side. Just some finishing touches and we'll be done. Put some down here. Have some on this side, on here. It's like it's zigzagging all the way around of the actual berries. I have this, and I can put these daisies in this with this one down by that navy blue. Small little bouquet. And then I think I'll hold it up, dovetail that ribbon on that side, and I think we're done. It's almost an hour and a half. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. On time. I'm gonna try not to burn myself. Bring those over. Adding in that color, rack bow. Dovetail these ribbons easily. I'll just get to this other side. Mercy. Woo! Have mercy. Thing is big. Wreath is a huge one. All right. And then I do, which I don't think I've spoken about, but I do like staggering my ribbon tails. And I'll show you. I cut this one just a little bit more, so you actually see the ribbon tails. Because sometimes they're hidden behind one another. But for the most part, you can see what I'm doing. All right. Wow. Bigger than I thought it was going to be. But there you go. Hold it up a little closer. But there you go. I'm going to have to let the rag bow drag a little bit onto the table. And I might add a few more sprays and picks where I'll hang it up and I'll look at it. But for the most part, I think we're done. Yay, for an hour and a half. Yay. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Jamie. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Y'all, thanks. I appreciate it. A, that you stuck around and watched. But yeah, they're right there. Just full and full and full. I probably placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 7 sprays along with the 5 ribbon, 1 rag bow. I would say total 3 rolls of deco mesh, because I use a lot of deco mesh to give me that hold and that push up. Y'all saw the base. I mean, yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Know that I do have, and I got an alert for those of y'all that buy the jeweled ornaments from me. I have a lot of colors coming, and but I do have jeweled ribbon in my shop now that just arrived. I have this that just arrived. I have this one that just arrived. And this one. Those 3 just arrived. And this red has like rubies. Showing it with the paper on. My goodness. You gotta show it without it, right? But this ribbon, unless they get more, I'm not gonna be able to get more of this ribbon. And I have 5 rolls. As of before this live, I had 5 rolls. And the white has a silver. And these are 4 inches. And the white has a silver, more like a diamond. And again, I'm getting that color in diamonds and the jewel diamonds. And I'm getting emeralds. And I'm getting rubies, I'm getting pink, I'm getting light blue. I'm getting so many colors. So again, I have the most in the green. Before I came on live, I had the most in the green. But these 3 are brand new in my shop. If you're looking for 4-inch, for a tree, for a design, for a swag, these are in my shop. I'll grab some more because I want to talk about these. These are 1.5 inch with the actual jewels, but they're a velvet. So, and they're only 5 yards. Those 3 that I just showed you are 10 yards. But this one, I'm getting that blue color, and it's called a, dusty blue. Manufacturers call it differently, different names. But that one, again, 5 yards, velvet. Would have been great in that. But I'm saving it for the jewels that are coming, because I'll show a design in that. I'm going to put that back on there. I do have a Christmas design that's coming, because I do have these ornaments in my shop that look like peppermints. Look like round peppermints. And I'm going to do a design in it, probably a swag. But see, it has a red back. But it has pine in it, and I just thought for Christmas, with those round peppermints, it's just going to be a really cute design. And I do have that in my shop. Oh no. And then, of course, this is brand new for me. This plaid, it doesn't have a colored back. It's a white back, but it's a brand new ribbon. I've never had the ribbon before. but look how it goes well with that candy ribbon and lollipop ribbon. I'll take the paper off if I can find it. Didn't know I was going to show y'all ribbon, but I'm so excited about this combination of ribbon. And I don't do a lot of pink at Christmas, but look how cute that combo is, because in there you have the green, you have the red, you have the blue. That has blue in it, y'all. That has the green, has the pink, even has, yeah, but it has orange in it too, has white, of course. Great color combination there. So if y'all do pink, this is brand new, brand new. So just, and all in my shop. And I believe I got the last of this one. I think I got the last that they had, unless they bring it back. But they're not known to do that. It's a Ferris silk ribbon. But once they're sold out, they're sold out. I guess unless somebody cancels their order, that's how it becomes available again, I guess. It's my understanding. But yeah, I think something's spinning in my head with lollipops. Let's do that. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. Well, that's it. Thank you for joining me. Showed y'all some ribbon. Showed y'all some ribbon. Showed you this design. Thank you for coming on. So those of y'all that just joined us, this was what was made today. This little guy, this ragbow wreath. So make sure you watch the replay. I'll add and I'll post. So again, I appreciate it. It's Tree with ShowStopper Designs. If you like this, you know, just make for sure that you, I believe there's 3 dots in the upper corner and y'all can do notifications of me going live. I'm going to try to go live at least once a week, if not more, because I have a ton of stuff to do. And I just feel like, you know, going live would be the best way to get a business out there. The pink is hot for Halloween and Christmas this year. This one, because it does have orange in it. It does have orange in it. But I mean, think about it. If you use it now, just like I talked about the orange in the actual, I used what was left over from Easter. This could be left over, you know, that you might use one time this year and then again in 2023 for Easter. I mean, could you imagine how great that would look? Anyway, I appreciate y'all's time. Don't want to keep rambling. Hope you like the actual pumpkin fall ragbow design. It will be available in my shop later on today. If I can stand the heat outside, I think it was 105. Yeah, and that did not include the humidity index. It is hot, and I knew it when I came up here to design this afternoon. It was going to be a hot one. So I appreciate your time, y'all. I do. So make sure you get the notifications for ShowStopper Designs going live. And I know I'll be going live, definitely going live later on this week. I do have another candle to do for another client that just had to have it. She contacted me and she's like, do you have one left? And I had one left. And she's like, can I have one? And I said, sure. But I had to find a cauldron. So if y'all remember me making one with the cauldron, I had to find a cauldron. So I found the cauldron, and then I have a cow skull, which if y'all remember one of my very first lives, I did one with horns. This one is a custom with just the cow skull. So I have that to do and a few other wreaths. So definitely have things to do, and I would love for you to join me. And I appreciate your time, y'all. Have a great Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. But y'all have a great week, and I'll come back. I'll definitely come back. hopefully y'all will come back. So thank you for your time. Glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. And it was only an hour and a half long. Not too bad. Maybe I'll get faster. Hey, thanks guys. Bye.